Welcome back, trainers. PokéDad here to get you pumped and excited for June 9th through the 15th. We're going to cover event details, raid bosses, what to miss, and what to catch. Let's get right into it. Monday the 9th, we will be carrying over the Instrumental Wonders event until Wednesday at 8 p.m. local time. I touched on this in last week's video, so check that out if you want the full event details, but the main quick takeaway from that is that there is a $2 paid timed research, which does give you 5 premium raid passes, so that could be worth your money. If you're interested in that, it's definitely a good price there. Monday, we'll also be carrying over raid bosses from the previous week of Mega Abomasnow and Groudon. I covered these last week, but quick recap is Mega Abomasnow is the better of the two Ice-type Megas. It has a dual typing with Ice and Grass, and it is number 37 for Grass-type raid attackers and number 7 for Ice types. Its regular form is ranked 139 in the Great League, while its Shadow form is 107, so it's definitely worth going after this one for sure. Now, Groudon will be out there as well, but please note it does not receive Primal Energy at this time. However, getting a good Groudon or grinding for candy is always going to be worth your time. Groudon in his base form is number 7 in Ground-type attackers, and its Shadow form is number 3, and that Primal form takes the number 1 slot. And as far as Go Battle League, it takes the number 25 slot in the Master League. So definitely spend your daily raid passes on these and try to get a good IV Groudon. Now for the new content. So Monday at 6 to 7 p.m. local time, all the power spots will feature the Dynamax Pokemon Machop. With recently having a classic community day and the G-Max Machamp being released, I would say you could probably skip this Max Monday. I typically don't recommend that, but for this one, it's pretty skippable. I would say your particles are definitely going to be better spent on other Pokemon in the rotation like Beldum or Chansey if those are out there, so I would go after those instead. Tuesday the 10th at 1 p.m. Pacific, the Go Battle League will change to feature the Ultra League and the Fossil Cup Great League Edition. So the Ultra Cup features Pokemon 2500 CP and below, while the Fossil Cup features Pokemon 1500 CP and below, of only Water, Rock, and Steel type Pokemon being eligible. Now, Tuesday night from 6 to 7 p.m. local time, we will have the weekly Spotlight Hour, where every Pokemon in the immediate area will be Magnemite. We will also get a 2x Catch Candy bonus, and Magnemite's Evolve form, Magnezone, is actually a great budget Electric-type Pokemon, so take advantage of this Spotlight Hour with the 2x Catch Candy bonus, and make sure you have an Electric or Steel-type Pokemon Mega Evolve to grind some candy, get you even more on top of that 2x bonus. Pokestop showcases will also be ending at around 8 p.m. local time on Tuesday, so make sure you set an alarm and check where your standings are and to work towards that showcase medal. Swap out your Pokemon right before 8 o'clock if you can. Wednesday, June 11th at 6 to 7 p.m. local time, we have Groudon taking the raid hour slot, which is worth going after. If you attend a community ambassador hosted meetup, make sure you check in a little early and collect that time research. It's going to give you a premium raid pass after completing 2 raids and a couple other tests. So you can potentially get up to 3 Groudon raids for free done this day if you had saved 1 raid pass from the day before. The final in-person Go Fest event will be live starting Friday the 13th and running through Sunday in Paris, France. So in-person Go Fest will be happening in Paris, France this year. Again, running from Friday to Sunday as well, just like the other ones. I apologize. All right, if you have not got your Encounter Volcanion, that will be available at that in-person event if you haven't gone to the other ones, which any normal sane person would only be going to one event. Again, so debuts of Shiny Carbink and Shiny Frigibax, just like the other ones. Zacian and Zamazenta will be in their Hero of Many Battles forms. Again, please note you do not get the crowned energy from these battles in person or remotely, so just keep that in mind. However, you can still get high IVs, you can still get shinies, you can still get backgrounds, so keep that in mind. But you will get a special research of 1,000 crowned energy for either the Zacian or the Zamazenta if you are there in person and have a ticket. All right, event-themed Pokemon appearing in the Ancient Temple. I'm going to go through these really fast, okay? Rhyhorn, Sableye, Duskull, Chimecho, Skorupi, Drillbur, Archon, Gothita, Golett, Rufflet, Phantump, Jangmo-o, Grievard, and a rare chance of Sandile. It's awesome to see Sandile not in eggs and in the wild. That is a fantastic bonus. It's not super relevant, but it's still an awesome shiny to get. Also, please note, Grievard still cannot be shiny if you're out doing that. The Carnival Grounds habitat will have Heracross, Teddiursa, Scraggy, Solosis, Vanillite, female and male Frillish, Elgyem, Dewpider, Togedemaru, Citadel, Frigibax, Slugma, and a rare chance of Pikachu with the yellow accents. Just get out there, get that Pikachu. I love that costume. The other great ones from this are Citadel and Frigibax. Obviously, Frigibax being a new shiny, Citadel has been released, but it is definitely a more rare shiny, so get out there and get those. They both fantastic. The Noble Fields habitat will feature Galarian Farfetch, Dunsparce, Timber, Carablast, Shelmet, Pawniard, White Flower Flabebe, Skiddo, Fomantis, Squavit, Wooloo, Phalanx in his costume, Smoliv, and Pikachu with the red accent. Again, Galarian Farfetch not being in eggs is fantastic. Timber is a great Pokemon. Go after that. Skiddo has only been in Safari events, so it's awesome to see that out in the wild. And Phalanx in training with this little train costume, you absolutely have to get. Probably one of the best costumes that we have had in this game. And then obviously everybody's going to want that Pikachu as well. The Sunken Treasure habitat is going to feature Totodile, Corphish, Finneon, Basculin, Blue and Red Stripes, Inkay, Binacle, Skrelp, Clauncher, Carbink, Wimpod, Sandygast, Wiglet, and Rockruff, which can be in its Dusk form, so that's cool. Try to get that if you are missing that shiny Dusk form Rockruff. Carbink can now be shiny, so that's cool to see. Wiglet is still not shiny eligible, but it is a rare spawn, so that's definitely worth going after. And then your Blue and Red Stripe form of Basculin, whichever one you don't have, it's cool to see that they gave us that regional option at an in-person event. You're going to have unknown outbursts at the first 2 minutes at the top of every hour, spelling out sword and shield with question mark and exclamation point unknowns as well. All of these can be shiny except for the W unknown. We still have no idea why. It doesn't make any sense. But just keep that in mind. Get 1 or 2 for the decks, if you need to trade people or anything like that. But it cannot be shiny, so try to tap on these other ones since you only have 2 minutes every hour. Now, we also have different form pattern Spindas out in the wild as well. Sorry, and I think there's a mostly egg-locked. But Carnival Grounds, Sunken Treasure, Noble Fields all have pattern Spindas. But then you will, at only the Paris event, you can get from the Ancient Temple this pattern Spinda. I'm not sure on which number it is, but every in-person Go Fest has had an exclusive pattern Spinda, so that's pretty cool to see. Hawlucha, which is typically only found as a regional in Mexico, will be available in the wild here as well. And Snapshot encounters with Fan Rotom, so definitely go after those. Field research tasks and collection challenges, of course, will be there as well. Event bonuses of increased shiny chance, half-hatch egg distance, which is awesome. Special research leading to that Volcanion. Event-themed stickers available. 2-hour lure module duration. Habitat-themed collection challenges. 3 surprise snapshot encounters each day, so that will be of that Fan Rotom, and 2 times catch candy. You also, with the ticket, you will receive 9 free raid passes per day, 6 special trades per day, decreased Stardust cost for special trades, and you can open up to 40 gifts per day and featured attacks available. Do not sleep on that opening 40 gifts per day, especially if you are in need of items. That's a great bonus to give to people who need more Pokeballs to catch the Pokemon out there. Open your gifts. Featured attacks, I'm assuming that we get some legacy moves available. I'm not sure the details of that, but I'm assuming you can evolve some of these Pokemon that are out in the wild up to their final forms to get some legacy moves. And then you can add on and get the city experience. You can get your merch and all that good stuff. So this is unfortunately the last of the in-person events, but it is still a jam-packed one. There's a lot of great stuff, a lot of great encounters, and this is going to be fantastic. Those who are going, I am very jealous. I'd love to go to Paris and do this. You definitely got some cool encounters out there as well, but definitely go out there and have fun. So that covers the in-person details. Saturday the 14th, the rest of us peasants who will not be there in person do get the Phantom Ruins event. This event will run until Wednesday the 18th at 8 p.m. local time. Wild encounters will include Rhyhorn, Duskull, Skorupi, Drillbur, Archon, Gothita, Golett, Phantump, and rare chances of Sableye and Chimecho. All these Pokemon can be shiny, and honestly, this is the best spawns that we have had in these 3 events. I highly suggest going after Drillbur for Dynamax Excadrill candy, as well as Rhyhorn, since its evolved form Rhyperior is a great budget ground and rock type Pokemon. But honestly, go after basically any of these. They all have their benefits. Incense encounters will be Sableye, Chimecho, Gothita, Rufflet, Phantump, and Greavard. Greavard cannot be shiny. There will be event collection challenges and event bonuses that include Incense will attract certain Pokemon, which we just covered. 2 times catch XP. Max particle collection limit increased to 1,600. 8 times max particles from power spots. And increased chance to encounter Shiny Gothita and Phantump, which Phantump, both of them are good shinies, but Phantump just has an amazing shiny, so try to get after that. Also, trainers who purchase the ticket will get a 2 times catch Stardust bonus as well. There will be event field research tasks that will award you with encounters with Gothita, Rufflet, Phantump, and Greavard. A $2 paid time research gives you encounters with Gothita and Phantump and 5 incenses. Unless you really need those incense, I would honestly just skip this ticket. The most important thing from this event will be the debut of Gigantamax Inteleon in max battles on Saturday the 14th and Sunday the 15th. I'm going to make a separate video on top counters for Gigantamax Inteleon, so make sure you subscribe and enable notifications for that. But I'll bring you all of the details and the top counters for that. Saturday and Sunday, Shadow Regice will now be taking over, for the second week, will be in the 5-star Shadow slot for this month. He's the number 23 Ice-type raid attacker and does beat out his non-Shadow form. But as far as PvP, the highest he ranks in the Ultra League is at 198, and his non-Shadow form comes in at 125. So the Shadow version of this Pokemon doesn't have a lot of benefit for us. But you can go ahead, get one in the decks, grind it for a little bit of candy if you want. But honestly, there's so many other raid options like Groudon and things, I wouldn't bother. And then also on Saturday, starting at 10 a.m., the raid rotation will change to feature Mega Manectric and Kyogre. Mega Manectric is the number 4 Electric-type raid attacker, and it is the number 1 Electric-type Mega Pokemon. So sadly, it does not have any PvP relevance, but it's definitely still worth getting one for that PvE content. Kyogre will be in rotation, but it will not receive its Primal Energy, just like Groudon, so keep that in mind. However, Kyogre in its base form is still the number 6 Water-type raid attacker, and his Shadow form's number 3, and his Primal is number 1. So basically almost the same as Groudon. Definitely worth going after. In PvP, he's really only relevant in the Master League, coming in at number 69. But definitely get out there, try to get a shiny, try to get a great IV of Kyogre. And again, I'd use your raid passes for that as opposed to the Shadow Regice. So that wraps up this week in Pokemon Go. We will see the close of the in-person Go Fest this week, but we still have the global event, which is honestly one of the best events of the year. So I do apologize. I know we're slowing down a little bit on content with traveling to Go Fest and a mini family vacation and things. But after that, I do plan on bringing everything that I possibly can to you guys from the in-person Go Fest. So make sure you subscribe and follow for more content and get out there and enjoy the game by yourself or with your Poke fam and friends. I'll catch you next time.